Last time Tarleton State was here in St. George, 2022, and Utah Tech got the win, 34-28. And Victor Gabalis, who was the quarterback for Utah Tech, is now the starter for Tarleton State. However, Victor Gabalis is not expected to play tonight, missing his second straight game with a lower leg injury. So Daniel Greek is going to be the starting quarterback. Last week in the start, 29 of 41, 16 of 73, and he had over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. So he's going to get his second straight start in place of Victor Gabalis. Big news for Tarleton State. Trey Page and Caleb Lewis, the running backs, will not play because of injury. So the Texans will be without their starting quarterback and their 2 main running backs. The play-action pass, Greek across the middle, ball in the air, tipped off and picked off by Devin Perkins at the 34-yard line. And Devin Perkins, for the second consecutive week, gets an interception, and Utah Tech in business deep in Texans territory.
The Trailblazers, if they wanted a chance to hang with the number 3 ranked team in FCS, they had to get started and get started early. What better than the first play of the football game, a tip, a pick, and the Trailblazers starting plus 35-yard line going in, trying to get some points on the board to start the night.
Utah Tech will go with redshirt freshman Bronson Barbin, a local kid out of St. George, number 8. Second consecutive start after missing the last 2 with injuries. He's got Asa Chapman in the backfield. Last week, Barbin, 15 of 28, 199 yards. Quick hitch out to the tight end, Caden Eggett, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at the 27-yard line. That's a 6-yard pickup on play number 1.
It'll be interesting to see the offensive approach that the Trailblazers take tonight. They've tried to establish the pass, but really they focus on the run game. But the problem is if the run game shuts down, they don't have a lot of offense. And so we'll see, can they get the run game and the pass game going early, especially try to pick up some points.
Keys to the game for Utah Tech on offense, 3rd down conversions. The last 2 games, they're 8 for 28. Barbin, and he is nailed just as he released the football and falls incomplete.
Looking for the tight end there, number 80, Eric Olson, who had a career week last week. 5 catches, 107 yards, touchdown. So they might be looking to highlight him, and it looks like they're bringing in Reggie Graff, number 5 at quarterback. A little bit more of a running aspect for the Trailblazers.
Todd Witten, the head coach for Tarleton State, said they have had trouble maintaining and containing running quarterbacks all season long. Reggie Graff fits that description. He's going to roll left, throw back to his right. He has Eric Olson inside the 20 and knocked out of bounds inside the 15 for a first down. Again, that misdirection, roll left, throw right, it's worked for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, Rod, as you said, they've done it for the last 3 weeks, and they've been pretty successful on it. Again, Reggie rolling to his strong hand, was able to throw back across to Eric Olson. As we mentioned, they're probably going to look to target him early and often, especially down here in the red zone.
3rd down conversion for Utah Tech. Their goal was to keep the ball away from this high-powered Tarleton State offense. 1st and 10 at the 13. Graff fakes the handoff, takes it right up the middle inside the 10 to the 8. That's a 5-yard quarterback keeper. And somebody lost a hat.
Looks like number 26 down there in the fray. And he about ran off without his hat.
Referee said, hey, I've got it.
Yeah, so 26, Brandon Talbert. Big defensive end, 6'1", 295, senior. A lot of seniors on this defense for the Texans. Very good, very experienced team.
2nd and 5. Graff still in at quarterback. Chapman to the 5. 3-yard gain. Brings up another 3rd down.
It'll be interesting to see what happened. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That's kind of how the Trailblazers like to start some different games. Let's see if they have any sort of trickery down here in the red zone.
So this was one of the main keys to the game. Stay on the field and convert third down. They have not done a very good job of that the last two ball games. Chris Street now in at running back, the senior from California, a Cal transfer.
Two tight end heavy set.
Reggie wanted to throw, nobody to throw to. Reggie Graff into the end zone, 5-yard touchdown. Trailblazers take the quick 6-0 lead.
Really good play by Reggie Graff at quarterback. You watch this replay, it looks like he's dead to rights. The Will linebacker, Yasir Holmes, big number 11, has him right there, but he's able to juke him out last minute and walk in for a touchdown. Trailblazers start this game up 6-0.
Good seal by the offensive tackle on that right side, true freshman Matthew Snar, along with Crowley and Cade Draper on that offensive line. Uvidove on for the extra point, and it is up, and it is good. So, quick lead for Utah Tech, 12:42 here in the first quarter. Trailblazers with a 7-0 lead over Tarleton. Reggie Graff. Uvidove to kick this thing away, and it will sail over the head out of the end zone. So, Max, the keys to the game for Utah Tech: limit the chunk plays on defense, because Tarleton State loves to throw the deep ball, and they are quick.
Yes, they got to be able to limit those chunk plays, and also on offense, they got to be able to convert third downs, right? In the last two games, they were 8 for 28 and lost both of those games. For Tarleton, keys to the game:
force the pass.
They got to be able to force the pass, and they got to be able to feed the speed. But, as you mentioned right before the game, they lost their top two running backs. So we'll see what they decide to do in the run game.
So it looks like their backup quarterback, Page, number 14, is in there, and he breaks into the secondary. That is James Page. He's listed as a backup quarterback. He's now in at running back, 5'10", 196-pound sophomore from Noonan, Georgia. They hand it to Page again. There he goes. Midfield, foot race to the end zone, flag on the play, and chasing him down from behind. Does he get in? Touchdown. Touchdown, Tarleton State, but this one looks to be coming back.
Rod, we talked about feed the speed.
Wow.
There's your speed. Page coming in, the backup quarterback.
Holding. Offense, number 69.
There you see Todd Witten,
10-yard penalty.
the head coach.
First down.
Tarleton State. 16th season, 120 wins and 57 losses here with the Texans. And everywhere he has gone to be a head coach, here at Tarleton State or Sam Houston State, he's had top-ranked offense, high-powered offense every place he goes.
Yeah, he does a fantastic job of coaching his guys up on how to create chunk plays, how to create big plays, as we just saw. That was a simple zone read, and it goes for 70 yards for a touchdown, albeit was a hold on the play. Back him up, and we're going to redo this one.
So it's 1st and 15, ball spotted at the 30. So a big touchdown run wiped off. This is going to be a pass across the middle, wide open into Utah Tech territory. Peyton Kramer. They say this guy can do it all and make tough catches. That wasn't very tough, right on the money from Greek.
We just talked about it. Chunk plays in this offense, what they thrive on, right down the middle of the field. And it looks like the Texans are going to go a little bit of a hurry up, like Utah Tech likes to do as well when they have a big play.
Page finds some room. 20, 15, 10, and that's Bridges, not Page. And that's Braylon Bridges, and we are seeing why this is one of the top 5 scoring offenses in the country.
I don't think we've noticed that their top 2 running backs are down yet, Rod, because both of the backup running backs have come in and broken big-time runs. You see this play, snap, you're going to pull the guard around, seal inside, and there he goes, a little bit of a crease, and it's simply a foot race, and these guys are quick. It looks like they go 4 deep in the feed to speed, not just 2.
Justin Houston knocks him out of bounds. 1st and goal at the 5.
The Wildcat quarterback action.
Page reaches for the goal line, going to be stopped at the 1. Page only had 18 carries coming into this game, and he's already taken a big chunk of them here.
Yep, a little direct snap, 5 yards out. And yep, that knee was down right there at the one. Good call by the ref.
So between Trey Page and Caleb Lewis, the two main running backs, that is 178 yards rushing combined as Tarleton State gets in the end zone. James Page, the backup quarterback, converted running back with the injuries, has it a 1-yard touchdown.
Great answer for Tarleton. Great drive by Page. This is too easy. Just right up the gut, walking in, pretty much untouched. When a running back walks in standing up, the offensive line just smiles. That's what it is. It's another day on the job. Looking to tie it up here, 7-7 here in St. George.
Page usually comes in a wildcat quarterback type of a situation, but tonight he's going to have to go in as a pure running back with the two main guys sitting out. Extra point is good, and with 10:31 left, that was an easy, quick drive for the Texans. We are all tied at 7 apiece.
Like they were all starters.
I know they're good and all on offense, but I think you're talking crazy, Tom. Short kick taken by the up man at the 22 and brought down at the 26-yard line. And that was number 97 for Utah Tech, getting his first return of his career. Nash Cooper, a freshman. So impact players for Utah Tech on offense, Max, Eric Olson.
Yeah, Eric Olson, like we mentioned, a big target, especially down in the red zone. Career day last week against Central Arkansas, 5 catches, 107 yards, 1 touchdown.
On the other side, defense for the Texans is Ty Rawls. He has 3 interceptions this year. One of those returned for a touchdown. And movement all over the place. They'll move that one back 5 yards.
Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah,
First
Ty
down.
Rawls, number 6 foot, 220-pound senior from Alabama, Jones College transfer. He is a menace in that defensive backfield for Tarleton State.
The Trailblazers have had a little bit of an issue this season, starting drives with either a penalty or a false, false start is a penalty, but just some kind of miscue on the first play of drives to put him behind the 6 early.
Barban back in at quarterback, gonna throw. Slant, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard after that. That's K. Neggett with the reception.
Defense, number 14 lost.
And
He must leave
on
for
the
one
tackle
play.
is the other number 14 on defense. And that is Angelo Anderson.
Yeah, the Texans have got some good-looking will linebackers here. Yasir Holmes, 6'4", 240. Angelo Anderson, 6'3", 265. Some big athletic dudes out there.
2nd and 9 for Utah Tech. Their own 28. Jet fly sweep. It's a reverse to Shamar Garrett. Gets away from a couple of guys and across the 30 to the 31. And boy, the Texans had him dead to rights for a loss, and Shamar was able to dance his way for something positive.
Yeah, number 27 for the Texans, Steven Woods Jr. does a really good job of forcing this play back to his guys right there. You see, he didn't make the tackle, but he forced it back into where his help was, or else that could have been a massive play.
He didn't even know that ball was coming until he turned around. He said, whoa, hey, it's coming back to me.
There it is.
3rd and 6. Barban. He was tapped as he threw the ball to Asa Chapman, and there you go. That's the 3rd down conversion that's have hurt the Trailblazers. They're off the field. They're going to give the ball back to this high-powered offense.
And that's the easy throws that we talked about. Barban needs to convert on easy pitches and catches, and he hasn't been able to do that consistently yet here in 2025.
Ryan Marks, the Utah State transfer, back to punt this thing away. Blake Smith back inside his 25. Oh, what a boomer. Smith going all the way back and lets it drop at the 10 and takes a pretty good Trailblazer bounce all the way inside the 5-yard line down at the 2. What a boot.
Wow.
By Ryan Marks. So he'll pin the Texans back right next to their goal line. Wind about 15 miles an hour. So the Texans start on their own 2-yard line. They give it to Page, and he is stacked up after about a 2-yard gain. Cody Carlson with the stop. And they'll say he's out to the 5-yard line, so that's a pickup of 3.
Little extra shove by Carlson there at the end, holding his hands up, telling the ref, hey, we're good, we're clean. I thought the ref was reaching for a flag, so that was a close one, almost a big miscue by the Trailblazers there.
Daniel Greek has only thrown 2 passes so far. He's 1 for 2 on the day. He's standing right at the goal line with Page to his right. He's going to throw. Plenty of time. Flag down. Greek knocked out of bounds near the first down marker. And we're going to have a hold, Max, and I don't think it's going to be in the end zone. That was close.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be in the end zone either.
Holding. Offense, number 44. Half a distance to the goal. Second down.
So holding on Danny Joyner, the tight end, but it was at the 2-yard line and not in the end zone for a safety.
So that'll be about a 3-yard penalty or so. It'll be half the distance to the goal there. But yeah, Greek right there at the end of the play, though, lowered his shoulder. Looks like he's not afraid of contact whatsoever.
Well, he's 6'2", 6'5", 225. 2nd and 10, right up the middle, out to the 10-yard line. Chesnicka on the tackle at James Page.
Defense number 2.
Man, this Page, they're going to say, why weren't we playing him before?
Well, it's because they had 2 guys apparently in front of him that were better.
That's scary. That is scary.
That's the crazy part.
So 3rd and 2. Need to get across the 12 for a first down. Opengawe comes on the blitz. They run right into it. And Page just powers over a red jersey for a first down. That was Dalen Love that he hit right in the chest and pushed back for a first down. And that's another thing that Coach Anderson was talking about, that the defense the last 2 weeks not able to get off the field. Right there is a prime example.
Absolutely. And Page and this O-line are doing a fantastic job to start this game. We're seeing a lot of O-line movement, climbing to linebackers, getting to safeties. They've done really well.
Hunter Smith, Jordan Love, Braden Smith, Kurt Hatch, all doing a fine job. The front 5. Page, again, no, this is a different running back this time. And with all these new running backs, we're going to have to go to our
Going deep into the roster.
Going deep onto the roster. That's number 39. That's D'Angelo Rosemond, a senior out of San Antonio, Texas. All these guys can dance.
I mean, and all of them can break tackles and are falling forward, and they're doing a great job. This is almost a master class by Tarleton up to this point on how to develop a run game no matter who is playing running back.
2nd down and 7. Trailblazers showing blitz with Opengawe on the left side. It's going to be a pass out in the flat the other way, and it's going to be enough for a first down across the 25. And that's Trayvon West, the 6', 175-pound senior from Fort Worth, transfer out of Oklahoma.
Easy little pitch and catch there. That maybe that's what gets Greek going here. The corner playing way off, and just again easy pitch and catch for a first down for the Texans.
Ball at the 26-yard line for the Texans. Into the secondary, still on his feet, across the 40, all the way out to the 44-yard line, D'Angelo Rosemond.
So that is the 3rd different running back we've seen for Tarleton State, which would put him as the 5th-string running back. And look at him dancing. Look at him breaking tackles. Look at him getting a first down and, again, falling forward, getting a couple extra yards.
A lot of face mask of Utah Tech pointing right down to the ground.
Absolutely.
It's one thing they've worked on in fall camp, keeping your head up. So all the way out to the 43-yard line. This drive started on the 2-yard line. Greek hit as he throws, And incomplete. Two Trailblazers had it in their hands. Justin Houston, number one, wants a pass interference, but it was his own guy that bumped into him and knocked it away from him.
Yeah, just kind of a jump ball up here, thrown pretty dang short. A chance for two Trailblazers to catch it, but they're fighting. Yeah, you see he gets
he pulled around, but
yeah, that's not really consequential to the play.
DeJuan Robinson had a crack at it as well, as there was good pressure on Greek. 2nd down and 10. Page breaks another couple of tackles and close to a first down in Utah Tech territory. Houston in on the tackle. And, man, this Page, he is shifty.
Initially, you see these different runs, and you think Utah Tech has them balled in the backfield, but they're just not able to disengage the blocks of these great offensive linemen.
Good block by the receiver, West, as well, to seal down that side to give Page a couple extra yards. 3rd and a yard. Page again, first down, 45-yard line. Houston again on the tackle.
And I can't put enough emphasis on this. You see what? I don't think we have seen a running back for Tarleton State fall backwards or get tackled backwards yet tonight. Again, it's a 2-yard gain, but he's falling forward, which gives him 4 yards, which gives them a first down.
Well, that's why they average over 220 yards per game on the ground, one of the tops in the country. So Braylon Bridges now in at running back. Greek pump fake, got his man down the sideline. Incomplete. R.J. Jones, the UCLA transfer, or was that DeJuan Robinson? DeJuan Robinson reaching up at the last moment. Man, he had trouble last week getting a lot of playing time, the true freshman. He had a baptism by fire last week against Central Arkansas, but played that well.
Yeah, he did a great job of recovering. You see him stumbling here, and he's able to just barely get a fingertip on that to bring up that pass.
Greek a little bit late and behind on that ball. If he would have had him out in front, that'd have been 6. 2nd down and 10. Bridges. There he goes again, close to another first down. Going to be a yard shy. Jones, the UCLA transfer, on the tackle. Boy,
Again,
they're patient too, Mac.
Very patient. And the O-line just opening holes. They're pulling guards around almost every play. And you see that pancake block.
So 3rd and a yard at the 36-yard line. Trailblazers have yet to stop this Texans offense.
I'm guessing it's going to be a run.
You guessed correctly. Bridges first down, 31-yard line. Logan Peely on the stop for Utah Tech.
It's interesting. So far in this game, you see that, when they need 10, they get 7. When they need 5, they get 6. They've just done a great job of staying ahead of the chains. That's what they do best in this offense. Stay ahead of the chains, stay on schedule, as they call it, in order to continue to convert.
Impressive, the patience of all of these running backs. They just wait for that hole to open up. Greek caught, 4-yard line. Big play, 1st and goal. Robinson on the coverage, but Marquise Willis, 6'2", 215, junior from Atlanta, got him 1st and goal.
With an offense like this, the play action is going to be so effective because of how well they run football. And so you see the safeties and corners suck up, creates massive passing lanes for the offense, which gives them a 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
There was a 6 different running back in there.
That was a 6. Jeez.
So 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Stopped in the backfield. Nice job that time by the Trailblazers. They got in the backfield just as the ball carrier got to the football. That was Brandon Jackson, the freshman from Dallas.
Yeah, big number 90. For the first time all night, we're seeing a running back go backwards. We're seeing a tackle for loss. That's a massive play for the Trailblazers. They've had somewhat of a bend
pass. Touchdown, Danny Joyner, his second TD of the season. And Trailblazer did not expect that.
Think about the time that they've chewed up, how methodical they've been, which is how they run the football. Every play has just been a handoff, pull the guard around methodically, and just kind of wiggle our way through the Trailblazer defense, and then all of a sudden they go from their 2-yard line to the end zone. And all of a sudden you look up and it's 13-7 with 10 seconds left in the quarter.
That was about an 8.5-minute drive.
Wow.
So the Texans will kick it off with 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Let's see if they do with a short kick as well. Shamar Garrett, Jakale Mitchell back to receive the kick. Corbin Poston will do the honors on the kickoff. And boy, that is a high pooch kick, and it's taken by Mitchell. And good coverage on the kick coverage team that time to allow that to only be brought back to the 27-yard line.
That is a really, really good kick. He's giving the guys a chance to get that every time. And you see the wind is coming against that kickoff because he kicks up in the air and it kind of just hangs there for a minute. So it gives his guys, 1, a chance to cover, and 2, a chance to force a turnover.
That was like one of your sand wedge shots where he got up in the air and the wind just kept pushing it higher and higher.
Yeah, so that kickoff's going to be something to watch for the rest of the evening, I think.
So Trailblazers have it, 8 seconds left here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. Reggie Graff now in at quarterback. Garrett in motion. And he hands it to Garrett. And he's going to lose about a half a yard. And with that play, we'll come to the end of the first quarter. We head to the second quarter here in St. George, Utah. And Tarleton State at over 20 miles per hour as they have it 2nd down and 10 to open up the second quarter. Across the middle, caught by Shamar Garrett out to the 45-yard line. And that is an 18-yard pickup. Bronson Barban to Shamar Garrett. And for Shamar Garrett, that's only his 9th catch of the year.
Wow. Barban did a pretty good job of cutting through that wind. And like you said, Rod, it's starting to pick up a little bit and whip around. So we'll see how that affects the passing game on both sides.
First 30 seconds of the second quarter, 1st and 10. Again, the slant pass caught. Strong hands, Eric Olson, 1st down. 13-yard pickup.
2 good passes by Barban to start off this series. Making it look easy when it shouldn't be that easy.
Chapman, nothing doing there. Good job by that interior defensive lineman.
Yeah, not a lot of push up front for the Trailblazers on that run play. Good job by the big boys up front in white, just holding their ground.
James Turrentine, 6'1", 305-pounder there, big number 97, holding court right there. And with this defense, just with 1 safety, Trailblazers are trying to find the quick seams, and now they've gone to they've kind of gotten kind of looks like a cover 1, but Max, they're trying to find the seams, and this time they're trying to find a little seam for a running back, and Chapman nowhere to go.
No.
But talk about this defensive setup. Last week, the Trailblazers went against Central Arkansas. That was Chris Street on the run, but they had 2 free safeties, and they exploited that by getting some big chunk plays down the middle. Different setup here with the defense of Tarleton State.
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of stuff right down the middle against the Texans, playing a 1 high safety who will sit right in the middle of the field. So you got to be able to go sideline to sideline, hits some stuff outside the hashes, even outside the numbers, in order to throw them off a little bit. Now it looks like they got 2 safeties lined up right there.
Reggie Graff on the option. First down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line, and that's an 8-yard run. Reggie Graff, he now has 18 yards on the ground.
And the QB power with Reggie has been possibly the Trailblazers' most effective run play this season, would you say?
Yes, and Todd Whitten, the coach, he said they've had trouble containing a running quarterback all season long. Take away that game at Army where they won in overtime.
Which that's what the irony in that is pretty sweet. With them having a running, that's all they do is run quarterbacks.
Barbin back in at QB. Eric Olson in motion now sets up on the left side. The little option, Chapman makes a move. Asa Chapman got a first down. 11-yard run to the 17-yard line. Move the chains, and the Trailblazers now getting some rhythm on offense. They're in the red zone.
First down, Trailblazers.
Pretty good job by big number 77 in red and 59, getting out there in front for Asa to kind of grab their jerseys and follow them down the field.
First and 10, 17-yard line. Chapman, boy, he is just caught. Somebody came in from that right side and just flew in there and slowed him down for his buddies to come and help out with the tackle.
It looks like Tarleton State is pretty determined on stopping at least the running backs when it comes to the Trailblazer run game tonight.
That was Josh Griffiths, 6'4", 282, coming from the left side. Second and 10. Barbin. And Chris Street just as well. He didn't catch that ball because he was going to get pounded that time by 27, Stephen Woods.
Boy, and on the replay, you see number 11 coming off the blind side. You see her Holmes almost got there for the strip sack or at least a fumble that could have been caused. He was about 6 inches away from getting his big paw on the football.
So it's 3rd and 10. Barbin inside screen, nowhere to go. Shamar Garrett, nice job that time by Omar Emmons, 5'9", 170-pound senior. So bring on the field goal unit, Ilya Ubaidov, as that screen. Emmons was in between 3 or 4 red jerseys and just outplayed him.
Utah Tech, again, 1 block away from that being a big-time play for those guys.
35-yard field goal by Ubaidov. And that's good. So the Trailblazers tack on 3 more. That was a 6-play, 36-yard drive. Actually, a 66-yard drive. Timeout, 13-10. Trailblazers set to kick away. Ubaidov, the little squib kick into the wind, and it's picked up at the 19-yard line. Good return all the way out across the 35.
Kickoff taken by number 47.
And so good position to start this drive for the Texans. And that was Charlie Robinson, a backup tight end from Lubbock, Texas. Texas Tech transfer on the return on the squib kick.
Old school 47 wearing the cowboy collar. You don't see a lot of those these days. That looks like a big fullback coming down the pipe.
And he delivered some punishment as well. So ball at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Just over 10 minutes left here in the first half. Daniel Greek at quarterback, 2nd straight start in place of Victor Gabalis. Page again gets through the line of scrimmage out to the 34-yard line, or 39-yard line. That's a 3-yard pickup.
Wrapped up by number 25.
Look at how patient they are on this zone read.
And number 23, Rivermore. 2nd down.
Maybe.
Jordan Love and Kurt Hatch on that right side, giving him some space. Greek Sideline, first down. And that was Corey Jackson, a junior out of Richmond, Texas.
Yeah, pretty good throw and zip by Greek, throwing it out there past the numbers. Pretty good job by the O-line, giving him some time as well.
River Moore is getting a lot of time because Jeremiah Jamo, the original starter in at corner, is not able to play today because of injury. Here comes the blitz right up the middle, and they run right into the blitz, and Page across midfield down to the Utah Tech 48-yard line. That's a 6-yard pickup. Boy, that right side of that offensive line is doing its job. Braden Smith and Kurt Hatch.
Another methodical drive starting here for Tarleton.
Greek. Just a little hitch pattern, a couple of missed tackles by Utah Tech. Ball on the ground, and Utah Tech has recovered. Trailblazers get the football back thanks to a defensive strip, and we got a flag on the play. DeJuan Robinson comes away with the football.
And he stripped the football as well.
And they may be getting Utah Tech for pulling people off the pile.
Maybe, but that's a fantastic play by the young kid there, number 31.
I believe it was Peyton Kramer with the catch. And he got gang tackled.
Because you'll watch him break a tackle.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense after the play was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Utah Tech, number two, is first of the game. 15-yard penalty. It'll be Utah Tech's football, 1st and 10.
So an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Utah Tech. They'll move it back, but they'll have the football.
Yeah, you watch replay here. 13 is going to catch this football, break a tackle from number 1, Houston. And then 31 in red comes in, twists him around, and strips the football right there and also falls on it.
Yeah, so I think that they were trying to pull people off the pile. Didn't see it there, but I believe that was the call.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 all the way back to the 22-yard line. Reggie Graff, he's going to run, got a little bit of room, but it closes quickly. And Reggie has it out at the 27-yard line.
Reggie Graff in a quarterback.
Boy, there was a big hole that opened up, and then it closed quickly.
2nd down and 5 at the
Yeah, we've said his name quite a bit tonight. Number 11, Yasir Holmes, has been all over the field tonight.
Gain of 5, 2nd down. 5 yards to go at their own 27-yard line. Graff still in at quarterback. He's going to run again, runs into a couple of white jerseys and falls forward. Going to be about 1.5 yards shy of the 1st down, bringing up into 3rd down once again.
And this is where Reggie Graff becomes so dangerous at quarterback when it's a 3rd and short, because then you truly have a run-pass option back there, as you just saw on this play as well. Pass.
97. Well, that was a scary sight, Max. He was just like Godzilla fighting through a couple of exotic animals trying to get to the prey. Wow.
And hey, as a defensive tackle, that's sometimes what you got to do to make a play.
3rd and 1 yard. Trailblazers 3 of 5 on 3rd down tonight. Chapman chugging the legs, trying to get to the 1st down. Needed to get across the 32. He's going to be close. I think he's got it. Not by much, but I think he has the 1st down.
Yeah, they're going to move it, but by half a football maybe.
So move the change for Utah Tech. Lance Anderson in his 2nd season here at Utah Tech. Of course, he spent a number of years as the defensive coordinator for David Shaw at Stanford. Trying to build this program in the Division I area. Both of these schools went from Division II to Division I at the same time back in 2020. Quarterback keeper, that's Bronson Barbin. Good run by Bronson. He's got a 7-yard pickup to the 40.
Yeah, that's usually a play that Reggie Graff will come in and run, but Barbin using his legs to get some pretty good yards on that play.
Last week he did have 5 carries for 22 yards, and he had a long on 4th down and 20, ran it for 23 yards. So He does have some pretty good wheels for a tall dude. He's 6'4", 215-pounder. So ball at the 40. Under 6 to play here in the first half. Chris Street nowhere to go. Nice job inside there by the Texans. And
loss of 1 yard on the carry.
Once again, I sound like a broken record. The guy didn't make the tackle, but he was there. Number 11, Yasir Holmes.
And Josh Griffiths as well.
6'4", 240 is going to show up on your screen right there. Forcing it back in, and as you said, number 10 as well.
Josh Griffiths, 6'4", 280. Pretty good defensive tackle. 3rd and 4. Trailblazers 4 of 6 on 3rd down. Barban across the middle, incomplete, miscommunication. Josh Rillos was wide open at midfield, and Barban just couldn't connect with him.
Yeah, got hit as he threw again. Number 10, Josh Griffiths, causing the pressure, beating the left tackle there, and just hits him right
Tarleton
in the
State
throws.
number 5 is wearing 95. 5 is wearing 95.
That's one of those throws that Bronson Barban likes to look back on and said, okay, you know what? Got to have those.
Yep.
March punt formation.
Trailblazers can't hang on to the football, so they're going to give it back to the Texans with 5 minutes left. Ryan Marks back to boot this thing away. That's the second high snap he's had. This is returnable. But great coverage by the Trailblazers. Devin Perkins and Jakail Mitchell down there.
Don't take him out of my line.
And nice job on the coverage team. Timeout, 4:55 left. 3-point lead for the Texans. Page hit just across the line of scrimmage, but Max once again doesn't go down on the initial hit. I believe that was Logan Peely that got to him first, but he kept going.
Yeah, keep those legs churning along with his offensive linemen, and they're able to, again, churn out 4 or 5 yards when it should have been a gain of only 1 or 2.
2nd down and 6. Greek to throw, going high up for the reception. 1st down out the 42-yard line. That's Marquise Willis.
Daniel Greek pass complete to number 7, Marquise Willis.
Willis' 2nd catch of the night.
Greek's done a great job of throwing those footballs to the sideline where only his guys are going to get it. And for some reason, Utah Tech's playing a little off cover, a little soft coverage there, giving them room and time to throw.
Juwan Robinson, the freshman from Las Vegas, on the coverage. Page again trying to get to the edge, but good job again. They had him wrapped up, and he gets away from the initial hit. That was Devin Perkins. 45-yard line. Daniel Greek at quarterback. Hands off to Rosemont. Tries to get around the left side. Oh, what a move. Another move. Breaks a tackle, and Trailblazers are either doing a lousy job of tackling or these guys are just greased up because they are not being caught.
I think it's a combination of both. And look, you got somebody on the Trailblazers face down on the turf. That doesn't look great, but the confidence in these running backs that the Tarleton coaching staff has to continue to hand the ball to your 3rd, 4th, and 5th string guys. Very impressive.
Wow. Trailblazers just cannot bring these guys down without the help of 3 or 4 guys. And I can't see who it is down on the field, but they are taking extreme precaution. That's Brevin Chesnicka, the transfer from Northern Arizona. And they are now rolling him over, so that's good news. Lance Anderson, head coach, looking on. Brevin Chesnicka coming over from Northern Arizona, this junior from Glendale, Arizona. And he's now sitting up, which is good news. And he's able to get up and walk off under his own power, so that's good news. The Trailblazers already down a defensive back in Jeremiah Jamo and also Ryan Tuaolo. So they're down 2 starters in that defensive backfield. And Chesnicka Looks to be shaking it off. No media or medical personnel around him. He said, leave me alone.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can see what happened here. Don't even see him in the picture. Right there. Looks like he got his head just kind of rocked back a little bit as he reaches back for his head. Maybe a stinger type of a injury. So it's 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line of Utah Tech. Plenty of room right up the middle. Rosemond tripped up by R.J. Jones, or he could have got a lot more. And that's a first down, 13-yard pickup.
Looking to make a house call there. 39 trying to hit his head on the goalpost as he ran to the end zone, but barely tripped up.
It's only 5'8", so we'd have to jump high to hit his head on the goalpost. Now Rosemond tried to dance his way out of trouble. R.J. Jones says not this time. Robinson as well, and Dalen Love there to help him out. There you see Rosemond head out. He has over 50 yards rushing.
Second down and 8 at the 26.
Second down and 8, 2-yard pickup. Bridges, there he goes, inside the 20. So, musical chairs in that backfield, doesn't matter. They're still getting big chunks.
Yeah, they're just doing what they do. So patient on this handoff, which is hard to get the linebackers to come up and fill the holes in the defense.
So we've come to the 2-minute timeout. Last night, we had a light show with thunder and lightning and a lot of rain. We need it, though. So it's 1st and 10, 17-yard line, 1:59 left here in the first half. Greek to throw, going to the end zone, and is it caught? Touchdown, Tarleton State. Marquise Willis.
It looked like right there at the tail end in the back of the end zone. Number 7 in white got his back foot down. I think that's a pretty good call in real time by the referees. Let's take a look at the replay.
The line judge could not do it. He pointed to the back judge, and he made the call. Here, we're probably going to get a great look at it. Only needs 1 foot down. Yep.
Previous play is under review.
They're going to review it, and we'll review it again. Here we go. Here's the call.
Has been overturned to an incomplete pass.
Wow.
It'll be second down at the
wow.
Reset the game clock. 1-5-4. 1-5-4.
So apparently he did not have full control of the football.
At the very least, I thought it would be too close to overturn. They would just say,
yeah,
hey, the call stands, or it's upheld, or whatever language they're using these days.
Second down and 10 at the 17.
So maybe he didn't control it all the way through the catch, maybe. Or they maybe felt like he didn't have complete possession of it. So, anywho, second down and 10. Bridges in the backfield. He's got it. Trying to get outside the left edge and cuts it back in again. Another trailblazer face plants into the turf. As these running backs, they are just not able to be tracked down by the first trailblazer that comes their way.
And speaking of running backs, here comes our 14 Page back in the game to see if he can punch in the end zone.
So here we go again, Max. We'll check out that again. It's like right there he caught it. We can't see, but maybe he didn't hold on to it. Maybe he bobbled it just a little bit. But it's still now first down and goal at the 7. Page. James Page, 1-yard line. Second down and a yard for the touch. Cody Carlson on the tackle, as well as Marley Sagapolu for Utah Tech.
Patience is the theme. You see the D tackle for Utah Tech gets up the field so far that that's what creates the crease and the running lane.
Braden Smith pulled from that right side and kind of plowed the field. Right up the middle. Page, touchdown, Tarleton State. His second of the night. So the overruling of that touchdown does not matter other than the stats for the quarterback and the receiver. And it's a 19-10 ball game with the extra point coming up.
Again, just muddying it up there on the inside. You just need a 1-yard gain. They've been doing it all night long.
Jordan Love just pushing everybody to the right side. Holy moly. There. Jordan Love, 6'2", 290, and he just pushed everybody to the right side. Extra point up and good. So we got 1:16 left here in the first half. It's a 20-10 ball game. So, Max, what have you thought about this first half? Has it gone the way you thought it would?
Not from the extent of the personnel, per se, right? You're thinking Victor Gabalis is out. You have the senior Daniel Greek coming in at quarterback. Experience, he's won some games. But you think, okay, they're going to keep it on the ground. They have a guy who averages 198 yards a game in Trey Page starting at running back, and another good running back backing him up. We get word right before kickoff, both of those guys are out. So you're thinking, oh man, they have a backup quarterback. They're going to start their third string running back.
Who's a quarterback?
Who's listed as a quarterback? What is their offense going to look like? They haven't missed a beat. This is the offense we expected to see.
Yeah, they've only punted one time tonight.
Yeah, and maybe they're taking a little bit more of a ground game.
No, they haven't punted at all tonight.
Wow.
Yeah. And this time Poston kicks this one in the end zone. First time he's gone deep here in the first half.
And he's got the wind to his back there as well.
That's true. Okay, so the Trailblazers are a really good football team at the end of the first half. They are able to put drives together in the final 2 minutes of the first half. Not a lot of time, $1:16 left. They still have all three of their timeouts remaining. But this is where they've been most successful in the final minute and a half of the first half. Let's see what they can do. Bronson Barban out at quarterback. Sends two receivers to the left, two to the right. Chris Street in the backfield. Barban across the middle, caught. Eric Olson. 7-yard gain. Clock continuing to run. Again, Trailblazers have all three of their timeouts left. 1:05 and counting. Barban low throw caught. Shamar Garrett first down out to the 42-yard line. And Max, when the Trailblazers go to this hurry-up tempo offense, they are tough to stop.
They seem to do pretty well.
And timeout now on the field. The judge coming from the far side.
Timeout.
I think we're going to have a timeout.
It's under review.
No, we're going to review the play on that Shamar Garrett catch. He did go low for it. Didn't see any response from Tarleton State in the backfield. See if we can see it from this angle. That's going to be a tough angle to see. Well, that's what they're looking at. Max, what did you see off that?
From that angle, it looks like he corralled it and then he brought it in, but we're 0 for 1 on the night, Rod, so I'm not 100%
let's see here. May
sure.
see it here. Ooh. Did I see a flash of the ball on the ground, or were his hands underneath the football?
I tried to guess already, and I was wrong.
So if they're looking from this angle, I can't tell if that bounces off the turf.
Me neither.
But we're getting a good look at what the replay officials have to go through. It was called a catch on the field. And again, is there enough evidence to overturn it? Referee today, Zachary Erdman. And the teams are lined up, and the referee hasn't even finished his review yet. And both teams out, lining up, ready for the play. And you see the referee all the way down here at the 14-yard line while the teams are out, lined up, and we're going to get the call right now.
After review the field of a sub-half, please reset to 1:58 seconds. It'll start on my signal. Excuse me, 58.
So the catch is going to count.
They just need to reset the game clock there, I think. That's what, more than anything what they were looking at was where the clock needed to be.
So right now, 58 seconds left on the clock.
That's good.
I think that's where they're going to keep it.
Tarleton State will not be charged.
And the clock stopped
Timeout.
momentarily
They
for
still
a
have
first
3
down.
remaining.
And now, I assume they're going to roll the clock once again. Nope. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line, Trailblazers. And we have another stoppage in play. Wow, this game has come to a screeching halt all of a sudden. We were cruising right along.
Yep.
So 2 seconds ticked off that clock. So maybe they're trying to figure out, should they have rolled the clock because it was a completed pass?
Yep.
Please reset the game clock to 58 seconds. Play clock will be at 40. It'll start on my signal.
Okay, they're resetting the game clock back to 58. So I guess the clock started thinking that they were going to roll the clock, but
Yeah.
not so. Barbin down the sideline. Eric Olson caught and knocked away at the last moment. Oh my goodness, and that's your guy, Max. Stephen Woods, 27.
Yeah. What a fantastic play. This is what they teach defensive backs. The receiver's going to run a route. He's going to put his hands up, and when the ball is there, you rip through that right at the last second. That's textbook. That's teach tape if you're a defensive back.
And Bronson Barbin, you got to lead him.
Yep.
Olson had a couple of steps on Woods. So now it's 2nd down and 10. Barbin across the middle. Olson catches that one, and he's brought down at the 45-yard line of Tarleton State. Boy, he is tackled awkwardly there, and he's down. Boy, he was tackled very awkwardly. He kind of rolled over on him. And Eric Olson, this would be devastating for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, he is a top target in this offense, and that's the last thing they need for him to go down.
Oh, the right ankle. And he's walking off with some help now. Man, oh man. Eric Olson, local star here out of Desert Hills High School in St. George, had a career-high 107 yards last week, and he was one of the impact players for this game. And
yeah,
just like Tarleton State losing Page, that's tough for the Trailblazers to watch. Hopefully he's okay.
Straight to the medical tent here on the sideline.
So it's 1st down and 10 at the 45-yard line. Barbin had his guy open, Josh Rillos, and just overthrew him by about 2 lengths of Rillos.
Yeah, he's going to want that one back. I mean, just wide open on the sideline. You're able to get a 1st down and stop the clock. Just kind of
got away from
that
it.
one. Yeah.
Well, the wind is right in his face, about 20 miles an hour, so you kind of have to judge that too.
Yeah.
But it brings down 2nd down and 10 at the 45. 39 seconds left, still 3 timeouts remaining for Utah Tech. Across the middle, Shamar Garrett gets plastered, stays on his feet, going to be about 3 yards shy of the 1st down at the 38. I would assume Utah Tech would take the first time out here, and they do. Is that Woods again, who face-planted Shamar as soon as he caught that football?
I think so.
Man. So there you see Eric Olson getting that left ankle retaped.
32 seconds.
Max, it looked like he's trying to just retape him and get out there again.
As he should. That's a tough young man right there. and he knows that he needs to be out on the field for this offense to try and chug down the field.
So 32 seconds remaining. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 3. On the night, Utah Tech 4 of 7. But Tarleton State, they're 4 for 4.
And that's
on
the difference.
3rd down. Third and 3. Reggie Graff out in the flat, caught. Caden Eggett, first down, out of bounds, 31-yard line. 7-yard connection. Reggie Graff, Caden Eggett. And that's one thing with Eric Olson. If he's not able to come back, Caden Eggett, when he gets his chance, he makes the most of it.
Absolutely, and that's a good play call. Little rollout to Reggie Graff's strong side. Little pitch and catch on the sideline, and they're going to bring Bronson Barbin right back in at quarterback.
Caden Eggett, 6'3", 240-pound sophomore, Davis High School in Kaysville, Utah. Ball at the 31-yard line. Barbin, Shamar Garrett, they are really finding that seam on those slant plays, Max.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty good job of it, and the Trailblazers are going to take their second timeout.
Utah Tech.
So the ball will be placed at the 23-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. You thought I was fooling when I said that Utah Tech is very good in the final drive of the first half.
No. I mean, we've seen it time and time again all season that they just they're able to finish first half drives. Now they got to finish fourth quarter drives.
UC Davis, they had 127 yards total offense in the first half, 86 coming in the final 2 minutes on their final drive. Northern Arizona, 2 plays to get into field goal position, kicked a field goal. Idaho, same thing. Last week, same thing. Hey, guess who's back? Eric Olson, back in the lineup. Boy, that did not look good when it happened, and it's good to see him out there. So it brings up 2nd down and 2, ball at the 23-yard line. Reggie, he's going to roll, tries to get out of bounds, and he does, and he gets the first down at the 19-yard line, a 4-yard scamper. Nice patience by Reggie, looking for something, but when there was nothing there, to get the first down first and then get out of bounds.
Absolutely, great awareness by him. 15 seconds left. I think you're going to have to take a couple shots at the end zone and then try and line up and kick a field goal if you're not able to convert if you're the Trailblazers.
They still have 1 timeout in their pocket. Barbin to the end zone, in and out of the hands of Shamar Garrett. He had a touchdown, but he was going to get sandwiched between a couple of Texans, but that's one that you would expect to catch.
And Barbin came up hobbling on that play. He's going to limp himself off the field to the sideline. That could be something they're going to bring Reggie in.
And Barbin has had ankle issues the last couple of weeks. That was a perfect pass. Shamar Garrett, that's the one he should have had.
Yep, great throw. He must have just got rolled up on there at the end.
Blake Smith had a chance to smack him there. Reggie Graff caught by Josh Rillos on the sideline, knocked out of bounds, but they're going to say he bobbled that. Oh, my goodness. He came down with it, but it did look like he bobbled it for a moment. Oh, that's a catch. Oh, no, right there. He lost it at the end. He had it, and when he hit it, the ground.
Yeah, you got to complete the catch to the turf.
He snow-coned it, on the tip of the football, but it bobbled when he came down out of bounds. And that was a great play by the defender, too, coming over and make sure that he did get a hold of it. Watch right here. Great camera work. Has it and doesn't have it. Blake Smith right there laying the boom and making sure that he didn't get it. But a great attempt. Great throw by Reggie, too.
Absolutely.
So that's going to bring up with 6 seconds left. Trailblazers don't have a timeout left. Is that enough time to fade to the corner of the end zone with Eric?
I think they're just going to kick the field goal right now, if I had to guess.
Uvidov is out on the field. Now he's going into a stiff wind, and it's not just straight into his face. It's kind of going from right to left. So we'll see if he has any kind of adjustment. Ryan Marks, the holder, at the 27. This is a 37-yard field goal. Uvidov, the Russian Rocket, trying to get the Trailblazers to within 7. And he does. The Texans saying no good, but that was way above the goalpost, and it went down the left side. And so a 37-yard field goal, Ubido. And with 1 second left in the first half, it's back to a 7-point Tarleton lead.
Yeah, pretty good try by the Trailblazers. Just didn't leave themselves enough time to try and take a couple shots at the end zone, and they were able to get some. Right, Shamar Garrett should have had that post route for a touchdown.
Yep.
Had one down the sideline that could have been caught.
Lance Anderson, it's a fine line, he says, between winning and losing, and they've had chances. They've just not been able to take advantage of them and finish it off. Right there, perfect example. Utah Tech, great drive to end the first half. Had the ball in the end zone in their hands and couldn't hang on.
In really all the games but one this season, every point and every blade of grass has counted for the Trailblazers. So they might look back at this one again and say, hey, if we score a touchdown at the end of the second half instead of kick at the end of the first half, instead of kick a field goal, might be the difference in the game.
Yeah, every point, every blade of grass, every fake blade of grass. Can't remember the last time we played on a field. Little squib kick, and it's brought down, and that will bring us to the end of the first half. So a lot happening in that first half for a 20-13 ball game, Max.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I agree. I concur.
I concur, Doctor.
All right, yes.
We're gonna
great analysis, buddy. I appreciate it. Yeah.
We're gonna take a break, come back, and we'll analyze that first half. I'm sure it'll be better than what just happened. Back 20-13, Tarleton State over Utah Tech. Come back if you. Are we here? Utah Tech won the toss. My mic's not working.
Back here in Greater Zion Stadium to start the second half.
My mic isn't working.
Utah Tech receives the second half kickoff and are going to come down and see if they can try and tie this football game or if the Texans can get a stop.
Tell me in my ear if you can hear me when I start talking. Got banged up late in that first half. Can you hear me? And we have motion and
false
movement.
start.
It's going to be a false
Offense.
start on Utah
Number
Tech.
79, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So it's first down and 15. Ball now back at the 20-yard line. Asa Chapman has it. Going to pick up a short gain out to the 23. Down and 12. Can you hear me? I can't hear my. So it's second down and 12 for Utah Tech. Barban to throw. Caught. And close to a first down. And that is Talik Brown, only his fourth reception of the season.
And if you're the Trailblazers, that is what you want to see when it comes to marching down the field here. And then they're going to bring in Reggie Graff to do a little bit of a mix and match here at quarterback. It looks like they were just short of the first down marker. It's going to be a third and give them 2 or 3.
It's going to be a long 2 for Utah Tech. That's Rillos in motion. Chris Street to the left of Reggie. Fake to Street. Reggie's going to roll left. Throws it to Eric Olson, caught near midfield, goes down. First down, Utah Tech. Boy, what patient by Reggie Graff that time to wait until the very last moment to find his big tight end.
That's why they like to put him in on the 3rd and shorts, because he has a run-pass option, gets it to his big tight end coming across the formation.
Reggie Graff again around the left side. He has the first down. Or he's close to the first down. Going to be a couple of yards shy. There you see Reggie just kind of picking his way. Nice job on the outside blocking by Caden Eggett. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. Opening drive of the second half. Chapman bobbing and weaving his way to the 40-yard line, right at the line to gain. And I think they're going to give it to him. And it is a first down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to move it.
So on 2nd down and 2, they got a first down, and Utah Tech moves the chains, and they've got a drive going. Nice 2-for-1 special at the end of the first half. Nice drive to get 3 points, and now good drive to start the second half. Now Barbin under center for the first time tonight. Asa Chapman directly behind him. The pitch to Chapman. And Chapman gets stopped just as he gets to the line of scrimmage by Devin Sterling, the senior out of Sunnyvale, Texas, Sunnyvale High School.
That was a great job from the Texans from the start of that play. Tripped up a couple offensive linemen from the snap and just able to move everybody backwards.
No gain on the play, 2nd down and 10. Chapman, 7 carries, 24 yards. Hasn't really been able to break away into free space. His longest run has been 11.
Yeah, it's really been Reggie Graff on the ground that's really got him going.
Across the middle, caught. Eric Goldson, Caden Eggett, that is. Quick strike in the middle to the tight end, Caden Eggett. Wow, that was quick.
And we talked about it possibly not having a presence down the middle of the football field, but they're really able to get that one in on the play action, move the safety a little bit, wide open down the middle, Caden Eggett.
And it slowed down the pressure, too, because their guy had to follow the running back, Chapman.
Absolutely.
So first down at the 23-yard line. Chris Street, nowhere to go. Nice job by the Texans. And that was Vasir Holmes, 6'4", 240-pounder, the senior from Indian Head, Maryland.
Yep, button up there too, number 12, Devin Sterling at Mike linebacker.
So loses a yard on that run. 2nd and 11 at the 24. Already in Ubidov's field goal range, but Trailblazers want 7 and not 3. Barbin. Eggett again for, let's see, on that play, inside the 20 to the 19. That's a 5-yard pitch and catch. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
The tight ends have been pretty instrumental in moving the ball for the Trailblazers tonight. Eggett again, a little out route there on the sideline, kind of a safety blanket for Barbin on that play.
Between the two tight ends, Eggett and Olsen, 10 receptions, 108 yards.
Wow.
3rd down and 6. 6 of 9 on 3rd downs for Utah Tech. Rillos in motion from left to right. Barbin. Incomplete. Nice coverage there by the Texans. Dabari Hawkins, the senior from Missouri City, Texas, Trinity Valley Community College transfer. And the Tarleton defense gets off the field and forcing a field goal attempt.
Yeah, Barbin does a pretty good job of sitting in the pocket, being patient, but then tries to kind of force it over the middle and not there. Again, Dabari Hawkins, a 6'4" corner. That's what every coach wants to see on the back end of their defense.
Taking on 6'3" Daniel Thomason on the outside. This is a 37-yard field goal, and this is good as well. So another 3 points tacked on by the Russian Rocket, Ilya Ubidov, and now the lead is cut down to 4, 20 to 16. So Utah Tech gets 3 out of it. But Tarleton State, they got to feel pretty good about themselves, as Utah Tech was in a rhythm and they stopped them to get off the field.
Yeah, we've said it all season. You know, bend don't break defenses. Forcing a field goal in the red zone, that's what does it for you.
Timeout, 20-16 here in St. George, Utah. So the last time he kicked into the wind, he squib kicked it, and he's going to do it again.
Yeah.
Takes a big bounce, and again it goes to the short man up, and again all the way into Utah Tech territory, and it's the same guy. Big number 47 for the Tarleton State Texans with a big run. Charles Robinson, the backup tight end.
Yeah, Charlie Robinson. Not a lot of times do the tight ends get a chance to return kicks, and they get excited, and that's what happens. And sometimes you're just not expecting this. Find a little crease. He's a ball carrier. He plays tight end. Stiff arms the kicker, as you love to do, and rumbles past the 50-yard line.
Wow. So just like that, Tarleton State starting this drive at the Utah Tech 45-yard line. Complete. 40-yard line. And Moon Ashby on the coverage. Cody Carlson out there as well. But a good pitch and catch of 6 yards.
Yeah, going to give him a second down and 4. Again, outside the numbers throws has kind of been the recipe for Greek tonight when it comes to pretty much all of his wide receivers.
Traven West with his 3rd catch of the night. Another good chunk run on the ground. It's going to be a first down at the Utah Tech 35. And that's Page again. And that was the adjustment you said. Just pound the ball until Utah Tech can stop it. And so far, they haven't, as they're getting close to 200 yards on the ground tonight.
Yeah, that's a very physical 5 yards. The offensive line does a great job of washing everybody to the left, creating a cut back lane for Page, able to get the first down.
Greek again on the outside. Good tackle that time to stop any further damage, and that is Aguayo. Gain of 6, second down and 4, and that was Corey Jackson on the coverage, on the reception.
Another long throw for Greek out to the numbers. That must have been part of the game plan in targeting this Trailblazer defense.
Greek now 8 of 12 passing. This time he hands to Page, and again they had him behind the line of scrimmage, but he falls forward for 2 or 3 yards. Cody Carlson had him behind the line of scrimmage. Marley Sagapolu had him, but he still picks up a couple.
Yeah, and that's really the first time we've seen the Trailblazers kind of stuff this run up the middle without letting him bounce off to a second. But as you said, he's falling forward for 2-3 more yards.
So 3rd and a couple. Texans perfect, 4 for 4 on 3rd downs. Greek, play action. Overthrows his receiver. His receiver had a step on Houston, but that was well overthrown, so that brings up 4th down.
Yeah, very methodical play action, as we've seen all night long. This time it wasn't great because they held onto the ball a little bit too long. 29, Dalen Love in the face of the quarterback.
Bryce Parker right there, number 10, the former Utah Tech Trailblazer. Spent the last 2 seasons at Utah Tech, had 1 touchdown a year ago here in St. George, and then he transferred to Tarleton State, has a couple touchdowns this year. And Texans going to go for it on 4th down.
Timeout,
And
Tarleton State. They're first.
3.
It's also a media timeout.
And we're going to have a timeout. So we'll take one as well. 4th down coming up for Tarleton State. They've got a 4-point lead over Utah. And 4. Greek, plenty of time, knocked away. Great coverage there by Utah Tech in the middle of the football field. That was Helaman Ofangawe, the transfer
Timeout.
from the University of Utah.
What a play by a linebacker in the middle of the field. He has all day to throw. No pass rush really by the Trailblazers. Great coverage. Again, textbook teaching tape. That's how you cover a route coming across.
Here in the third quarter, Utah Tech with it, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line after stopping the Texans on 4th down. Reggie Graff going to get hit from behind, loses the football, and there's a pile up near the 20-yard line. He got hit from the backside, and if the Trailblazers keep control of this thing, they are fortunate. Wow.
You can see that coming from about a half mile away. It looked like a linebacker blitz, a corner blitz, something off the edge with an extra rusher off Reggie's blind side and just takes him out. Perfect job targeting that left arm, forcing the fumble, but the Trailblazers were able to recover.
Omar Emmons with the sack, and as a quarterback, you've got to feel on your backside. So now a loss of 7, 2nd down and 7, ball at the 21-yard line. Bronson Barbin in at quarterback. Here comes the pressure from the left side. Hit as he throws incomplete. Tried to get it to Eric Olson.
They brought pretty much the same pressure right there. They even pointed it out. The line kind of slided there, but somebody was able to leak through. See, they're able to. There goes 6 on 5. Well, 6 on 6 because the linebacker stayed in, because the running back stayed in. But Asa Chapman just wasn't able to finish his block.
A.J. Owens, 6'2", 230-pound senior from Houston, Texan, came in from the cornerback position. And his linebacker, outside linebacker position. So now the Trailblazers, or the Texans, going with 2 deep free safeties. Reggie Graff, he's going to run, got a long way to go, and he's not going to get the first down. Out to the 33-yard line, needed to get to the 38. So a quarterback draw, that looked like it was a planned quarterback draw.
Yeah.
When you needed 17 yards. Maybe they just want to play the field position game here until they get out.
State number 5
shadows.
is wearing 95.
That play is Coach Anderson telling his defense, hey, I trust you guys.
Yep.
I trust you guys to at very worst, force a field goal, keep us in this ball game, and give the ball back to our offense.
Ryan Marks back inside his 20-yard line. And this one's returnable by Smith, but he lets it bounce, and it takes a good Utah Tech bounce. And we got a flag on the play. And all the way down to the 14, 13-yard line. And I think we're going to have a penalty on Blake Smith blocking a Utah Tech cover guy out of bounds.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting call. The return guy hit the Utah Tech guy, but then he got shucked off to the side and his helmet came off and he went flying.
So this will be interesting. So Blake Smith let the ball bounce, and then he went after the cover man.
Yeah.
And hit him out of bounds, I thought.
And all you see there at the end is he kind of gets shucked out of bounds and his helmet pops off. And so it'll be interesting to see what this call
here's
is.
the call.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, kicking team number
Whoa.
9. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. First down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unsportsmanlike personal foul.
Unnecessary roughness.
Okay, there you go. Devin Perkins just threw him down. Yeah, there you go. I didn't see that part.
But usually that's what you can do if somebody's trying to block you.
That's
what doesn't make sense to me.
2 yards out of bounds. So instead of having it all the way back at the 14-yard line, it's going to be 1st and 10 out at the 28. So that's a big penalty on Utah Tech. Their 4th penalty, only 2 flags on Tarleton State. And now Perkins sneaking up like he's going to bring the pressure, and they run away from it on the other side. Rosemond again slides through a tackle at the line of scrimmage, picks up another 6. These guys just cannot go down with the first hit by Utah Tech.
Continuing just
One time, I think, tonight, Max.
Continuing just to churn out yards, 2nd, 3rd, 4th contact. Just, again, a simple, they're pulling the guard around, kick out block, and just a little crease and just churning the legs.
2nd and 5. Greek. Again, that play has been open all night long. out at the 43-yard line. And that's just an easy pitch and catch and a long throw by the quarterback Greek to Jackson.
And where'd that pass happen? Outside the numbers.
Yep.
That had to have been a part of the game plan. Outside the numbers, that's where we want all our passes to go.
Trailblazers haven't been able to defend that long, flat out pass, have they?
Nope.
1st and 10. Ball at the Tarleton State 44. Little bubble screen. Well defended that time by Utah Tech. Moon Ashby comes out, finishes off the receiver as Devin Perkins was right there, and he did not let him get any head of speed whatsoever.
Yeah, Moon Ashby just does a great job of chasing this football down from his defensive end spot. You need guys to run to the football. Yep. Devin Perkins, great job keeping him inside.
That was Bryce Parker, who played here 2 years ago, and Devin Perkins was a DB for Utah Tech 2 years ago. So that's what they did in practice.
Exactly.
2nd down and 10 after no gain on that play. Here comes a blitz right up the middle. Wants to go deep down the field, and we're going to have a flag, and it's still caught. Great catch, and that is Trayvon West. He fought through a hold by Devin Perkins, and that is a big chunk pass play by the Tarletons.
For a 1st down.
Yeah, that one's not going to matter. They're going to pick up the flag anyways because that's going to be more than what a 15-yard penalty would. Great catch, great conversion. The first ball we've seen really down the field, up the middle from this Tarleton State offense.
You can see Devin kind of grabbing him and grabbing that jersey, and he still was able to get away for the catch. So a big chunk play all the way down to the 17-yard line. Under 3 to play here in the 3rd.
Another Wildcat look for Tarleton.
And James Page in the Wildcat scored on this play in the 1st half. And here he may score again. Yes, sir. James Page, 3rd touchdown of the night. A 17-yard run out of the Wildcat.
Looks like they're going to call him out of the 1-yard line. They're not going to count that reach over the pylon there.
Oh, wow. Looked like he got in. But again,
good play design, good call. Great blocking down the field by everybody.
Hey, there's the kick returner. Robinson did a good job on Dallin Havea so he could break outside, and now I think we're going to have a review.
Previous play is under review.
It's about our 4th review of the night, right?
Yeah.
So there you see him reaching across the goal line, Max. Where's that left foot? From the picture on the right, it looks like he's still in. What say you?
I think he's about a half yard short.
I think he's in. Because they synced them both up, and right here, I think he's in.
I think he's out. One of us is going to get one right tonight. Right here.
Okay, so you sync that up. Well, wait a second. I may change my... Well, we can't see because of the score. There we go. You know what? Watch the tip of that ball. Is that on the chalk or not? That is simultaneous.
Jeez.
So you have to go with call on the field, right?
We thought the touchdown in the back of the end zone, they were going to have to go with the call on the field too, but...
I changed my call. I'm saying inconclusive. I think it's simultaneous, so you have to go with the call on the field. But the last time that touchdown went against Tarleton State, didn't matter. They were able to get it in the end zone as well.
Yep.
Hey, don't forget, coming up immediately after this game tonight, we have our Trailblazer postgame show on Trailblazer Sports Vision on YouTube. We'll hear from Coach Anderson and get his thoughts on this game. And then also on Trailblazer Sports Vision on YouTube, Lance Anderson Coaches Show Tuesday nights, 6 o'clock on Trailblazer Sports Vision on YouTube and also on the Fan Sports Radio Network. All right, here comes the call. I say inconclusive.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. It'll be 1st and goal inside the 1-yard line.
So No touchdown. It was upheld that he was out just before the goal line. So, Max, your original call was correct. Mine was not, but I made up for it.
Yep. You flipped before it came out of the ref's mouth, so counts for you too.
I put my ego aside. I could not go against the evidence. So I'd say we had about a half of football left for a Tarleton State touchdown. Page in the Wildcat again. Think he's going to run it, Max?
You might throw it here.
Well, Trailblazers moved, and I don't think it matters. Touchdown! Guess who?
Who?
James Page. And now, officially, it's his third touchdown of tonight.
Absolutely.
Looked like the Trailblazers jumped on that.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of stood still.
So, Mr. Page, wearing number 14 tonight, looks like the dude. If you're Tarleton, what do you do over the next couple weeks?
You go back to Trey Page, who is the fifth leading rusher in the country.
I understand, but you had this guy third on the depth chart at running back? Just fantastic. I mean,
I feel what you're picking.
I know, it's just
I'm picking up
crazy.
what you're putting down. I'm feeling you. And he's only a sophomore,
yeah,
Max.
just nuts, man.
And Page is a redshirt freshman. Holy smokes. And one thing that Coach Witten talked about why his team is so special this year, they have a bunch of leaders on this team that have been around the program. They have not been hurt like most other teams in the United Athletic Conference with transfers. They've had most of their guys stick around. So if they can keep Page and Page,
Yep.
both Pages spelled differently, then Todd Witten's got himself a pretty darn good
Yeah.
program for the next couple of years.
And you look at it, he's actually, so he's listed as the third string quarterback and the fourth string running back, because Braylon Bridges
Yeah.
is listed as the third string running back.
And Bridges is a junior.
Yeah, but Page has taken the bulk of the carries tonight.
Yep. Shamar Garrett, Jakayo Mitchell back to receive the kick. Bretton Stone, who had a career high last week in return yards, not playing tonight as he is out with an injury. So now Utah Tech trailing by 11. And see what Reggie Graft and company can do. Last week, Reggie Graff got the start against Central Arkansas, his third straight start. And Bronson Barbin came in and played most of the game. And now, Reggie's getting a lot more opportunity here at home. And he's going to keep it. And he's going to pick up a nice chunk, 8 yards. And now we got another flag. And I think this is going to be on Utah Tech again.
Yeah, it's going to go backwards. Nolan Reynolds finished the block down the field, but a little bit after the whistle, yeah.
And that's tough for the senior, Nolan Reynolds. He's the leader on this offensive line, and he was just going to the whistle and just happened to keep going after the whistle.
Foul. Unnecessary roughness. Offense, number 67. 15 yards.
It's a good 8-yard run on first down.
It's second down.
Right there at the very top of your screen, you're going to see the big man on a DB trying to finish a block.
Oh, man.
And there it is.
I don't know about that, Max. I mean, the play was just hitting the ground at the bottom, and it looked worse than what it was. I thought he pancaked him when I first saw it. So, ball now marked all the way back to the 18-yard line. And wait a second. That was first down, was it not?
To the right.
Yeah, I think they're calling that a dead ball foul, so I think that they're going to count
We'll
the down.
start the clock on my signal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Double whammy. So, scoreboard has it third down, but it's second down and about 16. Short pass across the middle out to the 25 to Shamar Garrett. Back to the line of scrimmage, original line of scrimmage. So now they need a big play on 3rd down and 10. 3rd and long. Trailblazers 6 of 11 on 3rd down.
And then this is a pretty crucial play. You don't want to give the ball back to Tarleton as you're down 11 right now. If you're the Trailblazers, you've got to be able to convert this 3rd down.
Bronson Barbin, and he gets bumped just as he throws in about 5-yard hop to Garrett. Bronson's just not getting a lot of time, and he's getting bumped around every time he drops straight drop back.
And he's been hobbling around a lot tonight since he took a big hit in the first quarter.
Tarleton State, number 5.
There's some contact right there on the move, too. But
5 wearing 95.
able to get away with that. So bring on Ryan Marks again, and Blake Smith back to receive the kick. 3 and out for Utah Tech. It's a nice high kick. Fair catch called for and taken at the 36-yard line by Smith. So that's where Tarleton State will take over. And they now lead by 11. This is a big drive here for both teams. Utah Tech trying to stay within shouting distance, and Tarleton State trying to slam it down and slam the door shut. Who will win out on this drive here with $1:04 left in the 3rd quarter?
Yeah, this is going to be pretty crucial here again. I mean, this could be a drive that puts the game away, puts it a little bit out of reach. If you are Tarleton, if you're just able to kind of salt it away on the ground again, if you're the Trailblazers, you have to get a stop if you want a chance to have a good 4th quarter.
You can't let them have another 8.5-minute drive either.
Nope.
And score. Out in the flat, this time misfires. And that was intended for Willis. Perkins on the coverage. That one just didn't look as in sync as they have been on those little short out passes.
Nope. Just a little bit off there. And again, outside the numbers, targeting these corners specifically for Utah Tech.
Rosemont in the backfield with Greek. He's got it. Right at the 40, 4-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. 4 of 5 on 3rd downs. They only have 5 3rd down attempts. That should tell you something.
Their offense.
They haven't needed a lot of 3rd down attempts. Here we go, 3rd and 6. Greek, plenty of time going deep down the left sidelines. We're going to have another pass interference. Wow. I am shocked, Max, that there was not a flag called. Devin Perkins and that receiver, Willis, they were going back and forth with the hand check, maybe because both of them was there. Maybe that's the reason why, but there was a lot of contact.
State, number 9.
Yes, sir. Let the boys play on this one. A lot of hand fighting, a lot of grabbing and scratching, and that's football.
There were about 3 pass interference on both sides on that one play. So Trailblazers going to get off the field here. And Millen on to kick this thing away. And, man, that is a mile high. And fair catch called for at the 10-yard line. And that's a new guy back there in the punt return for Utah Tech. That's Amari Sanders. Or Adonis Vaughn, the wide receiver. So final 24 seconds of the 3rd quarter. Max, Trailblazer did their job, and now it's up to Tarleton State now. Got him pinned back, trying to get the ball back and not let them have another drive like they did to open up the second half.
Absolutely, or at the very least, if you're the Texans, you want to force Utah Tech to have to convert 3rd downs, to have a long drive down the field in order to get any sort of points.
Barbin. Caden Agate out to the 19. 7-yard connection. That may be the final play unless the Trailblazers want to hurry and get another one off here before the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Looks like they will. 2nd and 3. Chapman, nowhere to go. Actually going to lose a yard. And finishing him off.
This is the end of the third quarter.
That was number 14, Anderson. And with that play, we come to the end of the third quarter. Final 15 minutes here in St. George. Tarleton State trying to hang on, leading by 11. 19-yard line. Utah Tech 6 of 12 on third downs tonight. Reggie Graff not going to get it. What a job by that right side of the Texans' defensive line.
Seemed like there were 5 or 6 guys who came unblocked there. They pretty much sent the house, kind of figuring Reggie at quarterback. It was going to be some kind of zone read, some kind of option, and they play it great. A couple missed blocks up front, too.
And Josh Griffiths right there was waiting. Nobody even laid a hand on him to block him away. So Ryan Marks back at the 2-yard line, and the Texans defense did its job, and now their offense going to have great field position to start off the fourth quarter. Blake Smith back at his own 35. Kind of a wobbly kick with the wind, and going to bounce out of bounds in the official here in the fourth quarter. Texans with an 11-point lead. Greek again outside the hash marks. Easy pitch and catch. And that time, another catch by Trayvon West.
There must be something that the Trailblazers are putting on tape that says, hey, let's just throw the ball outside the numbers and get some chunk plays or even just a 5-yard gain and continue just to move the ball down the field.
You'll take 5 yards a pop and run the clock down as much as you can. Across the 40, down to the 42-yard line. That time, Logan Peely made sure of that tackle on Rosemont. I believe that was Logan Peely. Nope. That was Nui Toby. That face mask planted in the chest and lifting him up and putting him down. So here we go. 3rd and 3.
We've seen this formation before, haven't we?
Yeah, Wildcat with Page. He's going to take it right up the middle. And he's stuffed by Dalen Love. It depends on where they spot this. The near judge has him short, and the far side judge had him a first down, but then he stepped short. This 4-down territory, right, Max?
I think so, but that's the difference right there between them falling forward all night and then getting pushed back right here. For the first time all night, a running back gets stoned and moved backwards instead of falling forwards, because that would have been a first down.
Dalen Love, the leading tackler on this team, standing him up, getting some help. So 4th and a yard. They're going back to the Wildcat with James Page. First down. 2nd, 4th down attempt. That's the first time they've been successful. Move the chains, and the clock continues to run.
And you got to give a big shout-out, number 47, Charlie Robinson, the guy who's returned a couple kick returns tonight. Yeah. Every time they've been in the Wildcat formation, they've ran behind him as a fullback.
The ball at the 47-yard line, and they're still going into the Wildcat. Is this their way of running out the clock?
And this is the first time we've seen a different formation. And Page has his glove off on his throwing hand as well.
And he bobbles the football, gets away from one guy, and he's going to get some positive yardage. Justin Houston picks him up. Nash Cooper had him dead to right.
Yeah.
And just whiffed.
And it looked like he might have been prepared to throw that football. But just a bad snap. You're gonna dribble it back there. But he way to make something out of nothing. Breaks that tackle in the backfield, like you said.
And Nash Cooper just took the wrong angle. Took the inside angle.
And they haven't been able to take Page down with one guy all night long.
And Nash Cooper, a freshman from San Diego, hasn't had a lot of playing time. Probably got a little excited. 2nd and 2. Rosemond slips down short of the first down by about a yard. So here we go again. 3rd down and short. 4 down territory, no question about it.
Nope.
Boy, that front 3 of Utah Tech not getting any pressure through this offensive line. They're one of the better offensive linemen in the country. Just like Utah Tech, they've only allowed 5 sacks this year as well coming in here tonight.
They play great as a unit, both in the run game and in the pass.
3rd and a yard. Right as he got the handoff, he goes down. Who was that came in? Was that Cody Carlson? Maybe.
That was 97 Nash Cooper.
Nash Cooper.
6'3", 235, true freshman.
Right there, big Nash Cooper. So he lost he lost a yard on that play.
Wow, great play by the freshman.
So now it's 4th down and 2. They need to get to the Trailblazer 43-yard line. Greek back in at quarterback. And he's going to run it right up the middle. 1st down. 2nd straight 4th down conversion. Boy, that was easy for the quarterback.
And guess who they ran behind?
Mr. Robinson's neighborhood.
Mr. Robinson, number 47, in this offset fullback position, running right behind him every time. That's where they want to go.
Opa and Gowie tried to reach out with one arm, but you're not going to make a tackle on any of the Texans with one arm.
No, sir.
So, clock now down to 9 minutes and counting. Bridges trying to get to the edge. And again, he was hit at the line of scrimmage and still is able to get a yard and a half out of it.
And we haven't seen him touch the ball a ton tonight, but every time he has, he's been pretty effective. That's the first time the Trailblazers have been able to string a running back sideline to sideline for a minimal gain.
Yeah, Brevin Chesnicka, the transfer from Northern Arizona, who was shaken up in the first half, forces him out of bounds. Every running back the Texans have been pretty effective when they touch the ball tonight, Max.
Yes, they've been patient. They've been running downhill.
242 yards rushing.
Oh.
And they averaged 226.
Yeah. Right
and
on
right
pace.
there, finally pushed back by the Trailblazers. That was Marley Sagapolu. Right there, big number 63, missed all of last year with an injury. Back and anchoring that defensive line.
Yeah, Marley does a great job on this play. Just beating the double team, gets a little hip bump, splits it, gets off, forces that 3rd down and long. Let's see if the Trailblazers can have a pass rush here, but this Texans O-line is held up all night long in pass protection.
Marley's first name is Fasi Toatai, but they like to call him Marty, so you don't have to say that. Salanoa Sagapolo out of Crimson Cliffs High School. Again, there you go, pitch and catch outside the hash. Trailblazers, for some reason, just cannot stop that tonight.
And not really any pass rush. That is the great wall up there up front. Those 5 guys have done an awesome job. They're bringing some stunts. They're bringing some twists. It doesn't even matter. They pick everything up, pass outside the numbers, 1st down.
And the cornerbacks are staying so far off the receivers. T.R. Young, not even any competition for that football. 1st and 10, 29-yard line. They've run about 4 or 5 minutes off the clock here. To the end zone. Incomplete pass interference. Devin Perkins is going to be called for the pass interference. And nice job by Cody Jackson to come back for that football and make Perkins run into him.
Yeah, initially that looked like it was pretty dang good coverage, but it was almost the wide receiver who forced the ref to make that call. You see right here, he stops, tries to reach back.
Boy, the first contact was the wide receiver putting his hands and pushing Perkins, and Perkins got him.
Yeah.
That's a tough call on Devin Perkins.
It is, but the wide receiver has a right to that football to come back. And, yes, he did initiate contact, but tough call, tough play. But I think it was the right call, and the ref was forced to make that call by the wide receiver.
By the receiver.
Absolutely.
And that's what you usually see on an underthrown football. Right up the middle, Page kind of trips and stumbles for a yard. Even when they trip, they stumble for a yard or two.
And they stumble forward, yep. Absolutely.
Let's see this again, Max. Right there. Look at our camera work. Right there. Max, I think you may want to change your thought process on that. That is a tough call when you're right there and the receiver puts his hand on your shoulder pad, and I don't know.
I think that is I think that's the right call. The only reason it's a tough call is because we've seen that play before where there was no call.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, look at this. Page, he's going to throw it. You've been waiting for that all night, Max.
Absolutely. And he got rocked as he let that football go. Number 1, Justin Houston, came on a little safety blitz and just let him know he was there.
We've seen a little bit of everything. This is a fun game to watch, Max. Trailblazers are trying to go toe-to-toe with the third-ranked team in the country. Tarleton State is down there starting quarterbacks, starting 2 running backs, and they've got 244 yards rushing. That just shows you the kind of talent that the Texans have all across the football and the depth they have as well. So 3rd and 9. Greek gets out of trouble, got a lot of space. He's going to keep it. And he's finished off by Chesnicka. Houston was there to make the first stop. And he's going to be right on the line to gain. I think he's going to be about a half-yard shy. Do you kick the field goal to go up 14, or you go on 4th down?
I would go for it if I'm the Texans, especially because they haven't stopped our short run game all night.
And Page, though,
Page in the
is
Wildcat.
in the Wildcat, but he's going out now. But they got Robinson coming in.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you're going to bring in a 2 tight end set and a fullback. It's going to be another run behind Robinson right there.
Greek first down to the 2. 3 straight 4th down conversions.
And it's all been the same play.
Different personnel.
Wherever Robinson is lined up, they are running to right behind him.
Why not?
And he's done a fantastic job of sealing inside, outside, blocking, doing everything.
What a drive here to ice this ball game.
Yeah.
Even if they don't score for some reason. They've taken over 10 minutes on this drive, Max. It started around the 14:09 mark. And Texans get in for a touchdown. And that should just about do it for the 3rd-ranked team in the country. Again, that's Mr. Page. Paging James Page for your 4th touchdown.
If I had to guess, I think Page has found a little bit more playing time in this offense.
Hey, Coach Witten, did you know about this guy? You're just hiding him from everybody else?
I mean, if there's some other teams watching this football game, I mean, they might be on the phone with Tarleton come the end of the year, at least with Mr. Page, asking for his services somewhere else.
Hey, Tarleton State took Utah Tech starting quarterback Victor Gabalis and one of their main receivers, Bryce Parker. So maybe, yeah.
I mean, you got to be looking at this, and you're thinking, this guy is the 3rd quarterback on the depth.
One heck of a drive by the Tarleton State Texans. 17 plays, 66 yards. Fair catch called for by Jakeo Mitchell inside the 20. All right, Trailblazers got a long way to go and a short time to get there. 4:38 left when we come back. Time running out on Utah Tech. They now trail Tarleton State 34-16. 4:38 left here in the fourth. This is only the second possession for Utah Tech here in the fourth quarter. Bronson Barb, empty backfield, out on the outside of the hash. Across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And that is Shamar Garrett. That last drive by Tarleton State, 17 plays, 66 yards, 9 minutes and 31 seconds. Max, 9 minutes and 31 seconds to travel 66 yards.
Yeah.
At Bronson Barban. And that is almost picked off. Josh Rillos did a great job in becoming the defender and knocking that away from Emmons, who had a clear shot at a pick.
They might need to switch Josh Rillos to the other side of the ball and have him play corner with that kind of play.
Yeah.
Wow.
And on that 9.5-minute drive, still 9.5 minutes for 66 yards.
Yeah.
They had 3 fourth-down conversions on that drive. And that's what a talented veteran football team does at the end of the game. Josh Rillos, first down across the 35 to the 36. That's going to be a 9-yard pitch and catch. And you'd expect that Tarleton would kind of be playing off just a little bit here on this final drive as we now approach the 4-minute mark left in the fourth quarter.
That's one thing you don't want to do is get beat deep for a cheap touchdown if you're Tarleton.
Again, he had him, Eric Olson. That was the play that they had a big chunk on last week with Eric, and Barban just overthrew him.
What have we talked about? Just missing the easy ones, missing the gimmies. He
No
hit him on this
pressure
last
whatsoever.
week. Ooh.
Put some loft on it. That's what you need to do, and let him run under it. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown, Max.
We just literally the play before was like, hey, don't get beat deep for a cheap touchdown.
Yeah. Second down and 10. Barban escapes pressure. He's going to run, and he gets hit from behind. Going to pick up 7. Clock runs as we approach the 3.5-minute mark. So 3rd and 3. Utah Tech 50% on third downs. You think that would be a good number, but not tonight. Right through the middle, Chris Street, one of his better runs of the season, into Tarleton State territory at the 43-yard line.
That's
14-yard pickup. His longest of the year, I think, has been 11.
Yeah, that's the type of run you'd want to see in the first or second quarter if Utah Tech.
That's his longest run of the year. And Street still on his feet, breaks a tackle inside the 30 to 28. So Utah Tech racking up some yards. They're now around 300 in total offense. Before that last drive, they were pretty much even, but that last drive pushed Tarleton State up to 430 yards. And we have an injured Texan down on the field. Hey, get all of ESPN college football all in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with the ESPN Unlimited plan or log in with your TV provider. All of ESPN, all in one place. So, Trailblazers have a bye next week. They're home for a full month.
Yeah.
So they have a bye next week, and then the rivalry game, the Battle of the Axe with Southern Utah. That will take place 2 weeks from tonight. Meanwhile, Tarleton State, they will head back home, take on West Georgia next week at Memorial Stadium. The injured player is Brandon Tolvert, a 6'1 senior out of Columbus, Georgia. He's able to walk off all by himself, so that's good news. So 2:54 left here in the fourth quarter. Trailblazers trying to get a little closer here and get in the end zone and force an onside kick and try to make something happen. Barbin going deep down the left sideline in the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Utah Tech. Oh, what a throw and what a catch for Daniel Thomason. His third TD catch of the year.
Great play, great getting down the side. We talked about this. That's where they want to target this type of defense, is right down the skinny part of that sideline. Thomason, great release right here, getting past the 6'4" corner with a lot of length, and that's a ball only he could catch. Great
What a
throw by
throw.
Barbin as well.
Jabari Hawkins was step for step, but Thomason got just a little bit of separation at the very last moment. And now are we going to have another review? So
The white hat here is getting his steps in tonight. I think every review has been called from the opposite side of the field, and he's had to jog about 80, 90 yards.
you're right. Let's see here. Caught. Oh, yeah. Ooh, wait a second. Wait a second. He rolled over twice, and then the ball bobbled.
Oh, man.
So how many rolls does it count to make a catch?
I mean,
He had it. So he's got it. He's down. He's got it. Got it. Okay, I think when Jabari came over the top, he hit it out, but that was 2 rolls later, wasn't it, Max?
yeah.
So, again, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
We might never know, sir. I mean,
How many rolls does it take to become a catch?
yeah.
Because I believe he had possession until Hawkins came and just tried to jump over him and knocked it out. And by that time, he was 3 or 4 yards out of the end zone.
Again, the exact same spot actually tonight was when I thought there was a catch for a touchdown by Tarleton.
Yeah.
So every time I think I know the rules and I have an eagle's eye for this thing, it goes sideways on me and they call something else.
I'm going to say this one is a touchdown.
I'm going to say this one's a touchdown too. I mean,
Oh, then definitely it's not going to be a touchdown if we got 100% agreement. So, again, the teams are going back out on the field ready to play some football for the extra point, and the referee is still underneath the hood, and now he's got a decision. You want to change your mind?
nope, I'm good. Let's
All right,
see.
I'm good too.
After review, the ruling on the field of a touchdown is held.
There you go. Hey, we got one right. Unanimous.
Look at us.
Fist bump, baby.
Yeah, we're just going to say that we were batting 1,000 tonight then.
Yeah. So Uvidove on to kick the extra point. Ryan Marks the holder. This to cut the lead to 11. But time is a factor. 2:44 left. Trailblazers have all 3 of their timeouts. I would assume we'll see an onside kick. So that cuts the lead to 34-23. We mentioned that next week Utah Tech's on a bye, and Tarleton State will head back home to Memorial Stadium, take on West Georgia.
Tarleton State, number 9, is wearing
Trying to get a
96.
score here from West Georgia today.
Utah Tech, number 9, is wearing 68.
So, onside kick. West Georgia lost to Abilene Christian 30-13 today. So, West Georgia was ranked as well. They dropped to 5-2. So it looks like Trailblazers going to do the onside kick here as Uvidove is getting set to kick it to the near side. They got their hands team over here on the near side as well for Tarleton State. takes an easy bounce, and kind of a smart play there by, well, I don't think that is 6'4", 280-pound Josh Griffiths. That's the other number 10.
I think it's a pretty good call.
That's Bryce Parker, the former Trailblazer.
There you
Said,
go.
get out of here.
I don't think I've seen that on an onside kick, just batting it out of bounds.
Okay, now wait a second. Are they going to call batting the ball, which is illegal?
Batting as the bat was backward. Please reset the game clock to 2:43. It's 1st and 10, Tarleton State at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, I think you were spot on, Rod. They called batting on that one.
So it was batting the ball.
Yeah, it was illegal batting.
And really no need to there because
Backward.
nobody was around.
Yeah, the ref saying that he batted it illegally backwards and out of bounds. So
How can you bat it illegally backwards? I think forwards would.
couldn't tell you. Apparently, I don't know the rules. From having this job, that's what I've learned. I don't know the rules of football.
Short gain, maybe 2 yards across midfield. And Utah Tech will take first
Timeout,
of the
Utah
3
Tech.
timeouts.
They're first. Reset the game clock to 2:40. 2:40, please.
So 3 timeouts. If you can go 3 and out here, Trailblazers get it back and score a touchdown, 2-point conversion, onside kick, get it, Hail Mary. Give me your best Jim Carrey. So you're thinking, you're telling me there's a chance. Dumb and Dumber?
Yep.
Come on. You're not that young.
No. That's a great show. I understand.
I'm still amazed at that 9.5-minute drive the last time they touched the ball to get in the end zone to go 66 yards.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
incredible.
What's more impressive, them going 66 yards in 9.5 or the 98-yard drive?
I think 9.5 at 66 yards.
I
Because you
would-
know how you have to dink a dunk to get that?
I would agree with you there.
Page got plenty of room around the left side. They sold out in the middle, but it's coming back. We got a flag in the backfield. Trailblazers sold out for that run right up the
Holding.
middle, and
Yep.
Page with his speed
60.
and
10-yard penalty.
expertise
Second
just
down.
bounced it out, and then he did an unselfish thing, sliding down.
For sure.
But all for naught, coming back. He could have run for another 10,
The clock will
15
start on
yards
the
there.
snap.
That's the reason I never played running back. I would have tried to make a house call on that one.
Well, spoken by like a true lineman. That the only time he sniffs the end zone is when his back's up against the line. The end zone. So ball marked all the way back to the 41-yard line of Tarleton State. 2:32 left. Clock stopped. 2nd and 18. Page again. 44-yard line. 3-yard pickup. Another timeout. Number 2
Timeout,
taken
Utah Tech. They're
by
second.
Utah
Please
Tech.
reset the game clock to 2:27.
Gonna have 3rd down coming up.
This game kicked off at 6 p.m. It's barely 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
I mean, so the way that Tarleton has run the ball, churned this clock down, I mean, that's what we said Utah Tech needed to do in this game. Control the clock, control the line of scrimmage. And again, Tarleton has gone on an 8.5-minute drive, a 9.5-minute drive, and they have really just controlled the clock and shortened this football game.
Yeah, Lance Anderson talked about not being able to convert on 3rd down. They just didn't have enough plays in the last couple of games. Well, today they just haven't been able to get off the field on 3rd down defensively, and they have 8 fewer plays than Tarleton State. Page again, he goes down with a loss all the way back to the 41. And Trailblazers have 1 timeout left. Clock is stopped for some reason, but now it's back up. And looks like Trailblazers will let this tick down to the 2-minute timeout as 4th down coming up. And the wind has died down too, Max. Not much at all.
Yeah.
All right, so we come to the 2-minute timeout, and Tarleton State's going to punt it away. 34-23, third-ranked team, the Texans. Out in team, they receive the boot from Charlie Mullen. Trailblazers coming with an all-out block, and it's a good kick by Mullen. Fair catch called for and muffed by Garrett and recovered by Tarleton State. Now they just got a nail on the football, and that'll be it. They'll remain undefeated, moving to 7-0. And with this win by Tarleton State, it'll be a school record for the longest winning streak dating back in the Division I era. 7 in a row.
Touched by the receiving team, possessed by the kicking team. First down, Tarleton State.
Yeah, just a lot of traffic at his feet. Clean muff and a clean recovery by Tarleton State.
So Tarleton State can try to tack on 6 more to make it look good and even better for the national posters. I don't think they're just going to nail on it.
I don't think so either.
Only one timeout left for Utah Tech with $1:49 left. Lance Anderson may not even use it. Page trying to get number 5. Not going to do it. Stopped at the 2. And if I were Lance Anderson, I wouldn't call a timeout, would you?
Too late, I think.
Timeout, Utah Tech.
That's his
Their
last
third and
timeout.
final.
If you don't call a timeout, they just may take a knee.
1-4-2.
So,
Thank you.
Trailblazers. I believe that's on the Trailblazers. Yep. That's their final timeout. Utah Tech is going to fall to 1-6. But Max, they played so much better than what their 1-6 record indicates.
Absolutely. They've had 3 one-score games against teams ranked in the top 25. This is
and 2 of those in the top 10.
This is the 5th team that they've played that's ranked in the top 25.
Third
the 3rd
top
in the top
10
10. Yeah. And so just a pretty tough schedule to start the season.
Yeah, 15th toughest in the country.
And they've
top
played
15.
and they've played well, just haven't been able to finish really.
Yeah.
And guess I'm pretty sure they're going to run left.
Yep. Greek taken down. No gain. Logan Peely on the stop. Trailblazers can't stop it anymore.
Only reason I assumed they were going to run left is because number 47, Charlie Robinson, was lined up in the backfield on the left side of the formation.
As well as big 6'3", 250-pound tight end Danny Joyner.
Absolutely.
That is a load. I'll tell you what. Did you get that reference?
I did not get that one.
King of the Hill. He's a Texan.
Okay.
Hank Hill. I'll tell you what. Sorry.
Same play.
Greek.
Off
Touchdown.
that left side.
Yep. Touchdown Texans.
They might have to give a game ball to number 47, Charlie Robinson. Every single time that he's been in the game, lined up in the formation, the runner has chosen to run literally right behind him. Kick out block in the end zone, touchdown Texans.
That's the 5th rushing touchdown. 262 yards on the ground for Tarleton State. Extra point up and good by Larson. So their average 49 points a game. Right now they have 41.
It's been a masterclass in the run game. A backup quarterback. Your 12th and 13th string running backs. And it's just been, I mean, this offensive line, I think, probably has been the most impressive storyline of the evening.
Well,
I don't think they've given up a sack. They've been great in pass pro. They have moved people all over the field, creating patient run lanes for great running backs as well. But this O-line has just been about as stout as it comes, protecting a backup quarterback and backup running backs.
Aiden Moe, Hunter Smith, Jordan Love, Braden Smith, Kurt Hatch, Jack Gallagher, Alec Ambrosia, Artis Hall, Alex Tote, and Xavier Parker. What a job they've done tonight.
Yeah.
Poston to kick this ball away, and again, short kick. And they don't have a guy named Charlie Robinson to return it 40 yards to the other side of the field.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of the way the season has gone. Even when Tarleton State hasn't been able to put everything together for a full game, they still got the win. Trailblazers, even when they're able to get a lot of good things happening, they can't find a way to win.
Yep, and that's what good teams do. We've seen it. Good veteran teams. We saw it from Montana State, UC Davis.
Yep.
In week 1, a veteran team who was able to pull it out. Tarleton figuring it out as well.
Mrs. Eric Olson again. By the way, if the score stands at 41, this will snap a streak of 4 straight games where Tarleton State has put up 50 or more points.
Wow.
By the way, that turnover, that interception in the first quarter, that was only the second turnover by Tarleton State offense this season. So
that's right. Well, and Victor Gabales on the season right now, their starting quarterback, 12 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yeah.
So you can see why they're putting up 40, 50 points a game.
And Greek hasn't had an interception until tonight.
Wow.
So 4th down and 1 coming up with 27 seconds left. But what a job by James Page. Probably didn't know he was going to play this much until an hour at the most before the game. 30 carries, 114 yards, 4 touchdowns. And Braylon Bridges, 7 carries, 70 yards, 10-yard average per carry. And then Rosemont, 10 for 59. Chris Street. And gets out of bounds. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left.
It's like I said before, Rod. I think you could strap on a leather helmet like you did back in your day and go out there and play at running back for the Texans.
Okay, I'll go with that. Barbin going deep. Incomplete. Boy, he got undercut there. And now the offensive lineman, that is Crowley, taking offense to way that number 11 came in and kind of sliced him in half. Probably thought he went towards the knees, but he didn't. That was Vassir Holmes. So, yeah, the offensive line for Tarleton State, they did not allow a sack. Utah Tech, their offensive line only allowed 1 sack. Ooh, he did go after the ankles. Barbin dumps it off to Street, incomplete. Clock stop, 2 seconds remaining. They'll have one final play.
Number 3, Chris Street, incomplete. 3rd down.
The beginning of the week, we thought we were going to have massive rainfall tonight, but
Yeah.
it turned off to be a pretty nice evening for football.
Yeah, a lot of the rain got caught in Tucson. There, the BYU Arizona
Yeah.
game had a pretty big rain delay.
And up in Salt Lake City, northern Utah, they're getting pounded.
Yeah.
Arizona State and the Utes. One final hoorah for Barbin in the end zone. And incomplete, and that'll do it. Very impressive performance by Tarleton State. Shorthanded, no starting quarterback. Their 2 main running backs out, and they come up with a, I would say, a gut-out win. They just gutted it out.
Yep. And they did what they wanted to do. Their backup quarterback, a senior, did enough to protect the football. He had 1 interception the first play of the game, but that was on a tip pass. But he made some good throws, kept them in the game, and then the ground game. That is how you survive on the road. Running game and good defense, those are the 2 things that travel in the game of football, and they traveled all the way out here to St. George and got a big win.
The defense for Tarleton State allowed 1 touchdown pass tonight. That's only their 3rd touchdown pass they've allowed this year. That's how good they've been. And 7 straight wins now for Tarleton State. That is a school record for longest winning streak in the Division I era. And they got it out here without 3 of their main offensive weapons. They get it done. So Utah Tech put up a good fight, but in the end, the 3rd-ranked team in the country, Tarleton State, takes this one here in St. George. And now Utah Tech will head off onto their bye week, while Tarleton State will head home to take on West Georgia next Saturday. All right, so for Max Christensen and our entire crew,